All of you welcome. Let's go to the new chapter, World in the 20th Century. The map of the continent of Africa is given. Please observe the speciality of the boundaries of African countries. You will see that most of the borderlines are straight. The Europeans who reached Africa in search of natural resources partitioned the continent at the beginning of the 20th century. On the basis of some agreements among the European countries, they divided the African nations amongst themselves by just drawing straight lines on the map. In the previous classes, we have discussed the term capitalism. What is capitalism? The economic system in which production and distribution are controlled by the capitalist with the aim to increase profit is known as capitalism. From this, we can understand that in that economic system, production and distribution are controlled by the capitalist and their main aim is to increase profit. The advent of large-scale industries enhanced capital investment. As a result of industrial revolution, many nations produced more than they needed and more than they could accommodate in their domestic markets. This overproduction forced them to search for markets. The search for market by the industrialized countries in Europe led to competition among them. The next topic is colonization. The Europeans had already established trade relationship with Asian, African and Latin American nations. Using political power and military forces, the European countries economically exploited these nations. Later, they became the colonies of European countries. This process is called colonization. First, they established political and military powers. Later, they economically exploited. This process is called colonization. As a part of colonization, they started to invest capital in colonies. Which are the factors led to invest capital in colonies? They are: first one, cheap labor; second, availability of raw materials; and third one, low cost involved in manufacturing and selling goods in colonies. These are the factors led to invest capital in colonies. The next main topic is imperialism. Trade unions were formed to protest against capitalist exploitation. Constant agitations of trade unions and the resultant increase in their wages diminished the profit of the capitalist. Later on, colonial masters started to invest capital in the colonies. The distinctive phase of flow of finance capital to colonies is known as imperialism. The next topic is feature of imperialism. Imposing a nation's political, economic and cultural dominance on another nation is a fundamental feature of imperialism. Colonialists imposed their dominance using legal system, administrative forces, military forces, etc. We have learned imperialism and its feature. Then, how did imperialism affect the colonies? Their traditional economic system of the colonies was destroyed. Then administrative and judicial system were replaced. Third one, people in colonies were forced to cultivate cash crops in lieu of traditional food crops. Fourth one, poverty and unemployment increased. Fifth one, natural resources were widely exploited. And sixth one, indigenous or traditional arts, literature, language, culture and education system were destroyed. In these ways, imperialism affected the colonies. The conflicts among the imperialist powers ultimately led the entire world to a war. Let's find out the reason behind this. We can classify the reason behind this into four heads. They are: first one, signing of military alliances; second, aggressive nationalism; third, imperialist crisis; and fourth one, immediate cause. The first reason behind the First World War is signing of military alliances. The European nations vied with each other in establishing colonies. This competition led to conflicts among them and caused mutual distrust and enmity. This further drove the nations to the signing of military alliances. The Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente were examples of such military alliances. Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Italy were joined together and formed Triple Alliance. Next military alliance is Triple Entente. England, France, and Russia were formed Triple Entente. The formation of such alliances created a war atmosphere in Europe. They started manufacturing and buying lethal weapons. The second reason of First World War was aggressive nationalism. The European nations used aggressive nationalism to invade other countries. Aggressive nationalists considered their own nations as the supreme and justified whatever be the actions of their nations. Movements based on aggressive nationalism were Pan-Slav movement, Pan-German movement, and revenge movement. The next cause for First World War was imperialist crisis. Imperialist rivalry drove the European countries into several crises, among which the Moroccan crisis and the Balkan crisis are considered to be important. Among the imperialist crises, the Moroccan crisis was the first one. A secret treaty was signed between Britain and France in 1904. According to this, Britain recognized the claim of France over Morocco. The French claim over Morocco was opposed by Germany, which sent battleships to the Moroccan port Agadir. France agreed to transfer a part of French Congo to Germany, and Germany agreed to concede Morocco to France in return. Thus, the problem was solved temporarily. However, their rivalry continued. The next imperialist crisis is Balkan crisis. The Balkan region is situated in Europe, close to the Aegean Sea and the Black Sea. It was a part of the Ottoman Empire. In 1912, Balkan League defeated Turkey. However, the conflict among the allied nations in sharing the benefits of war led to the breakup of the league and resulted in wars among them. The fourth reason for First World War was immediate cause. When Austria laid its claim over the Balkan region with the support of Germany, Serbia claimed this region with the support of Russia. During this time, a Serbian youth, Gavrilo Princip, assassinated Francis Ferdinand, the heir to the throne of Austria, at the Bosnian capital Sarajevo in June 1914. Austria held Serbia responsible for it and declared war on Serbia on 28 July 1914. The Allied nations rushed to help their allies, almost all the nations involved in it. Therefore, this war is known as the First World War. The next topic is impact of the First World War. The First World War ended in 1918. It produced far-reaching impact across the world. Over 10 million people lost their lives or were injured in the war. Then economic dominance of Europe diminished. Then poverty, unemployment and inflation increased. Inflation is the situation of rising prices and decrease in the value of money. Next one, liberation movements in Asia and Africa strengthened. Next one, agriculture, industry and communication system were destroyed. Another one, the League of Nations was formed. These are the impact of the First World War. The next topic is Versailles Treaty 1919. Under the leadership of the winning allies, Britain and France signed different treaties with the defeated nations. Among these treaties, the Versailles Treaty signed with Germany in 1919 was the most important one. According to this treaty, German colonies were divided among the victorious powers and Germany was forced to pay a huge amount as war indemnity. The Allies occupied the rich mines of Germany. Above all, war guilt was imposed on Germany and was disarmed. Okay, in the next video, we will discuss the remaining part of this chapter. Thank you.